of the Draper Dialogues. I am DJ Draper. It's spring here in the upper Midwest, and you know what that means as the weather gets nicer. We're going to be having AWF events live again very, very soon, of course. Going to be outdoor events. We're going to have news on that in the coming weeks. Today, though, I'm excited as hell for who we're bringing on here today. I've been looking forward to this one for a long, long time. NDS, Rylie Jackson, the young gun.
What is up, DJ?
And of course, Levy Cruz, the other half of the tandem. Welcome to the Draper Dialogues.
Hi, everybody.
It's good to be here. But DJ, we got to ask you, how does it feel to be a part of a safety meeting with NDS?
I mean, it is pretty privileged to be a part of a safety meeting with us. I mean,
that is true. That is true.
To do that.
How
that
about
is true.
Tell me a little more about this safety meeting concept. Or did I just open up a can of worms I didn't want to?
You definitely opened up a can of worms you didn't want to, DJ.
Yeah.
But
you said we got to keep it. You said we got to keep it rated, PG-14. We can't go all, rated NDS and stuff like that. So
DJ does have a beer though, bro.
Yes, gotta have a beer when I'm taping the dialogue.
Okay. That's fair. I like it, DJ.
All right, so we're about 1 year exactly into this whole COVID-19 thing. It was, and I hope there's no substances here that we need to. Okay.
No.
On that. 1 year into this is already going fantastic. I just have to say. About 1 year ago, I hopped on.
Bro.
Yeah, there's discussions that could be had, I suppose. About 1 year ago, hopped on here with Downtown PD Brown in one of these Zooms. We didn't even have a name for it yet. We just sort of BS'd a little bit, and here we are. Draper Dialogues now 1 year later. COVID-19 just over 1 year later. How have the two of you kind of handled the pandemic here? We saw you last summer out there doing some frothing, I believe is how the kids call it. Understand you even may have introduced our AWF heavyweight champion at once upon a time to that activity. How's it been going for NDS as of late?
Thank you, brother.
I'll take it first. Great, DJ. Actually, Levy Cruz is actually the one that showed me froth, and I actually discovered that during the whole COVID time when, we had to be outdoors and it was like, this is an outdoor activity we can do. And there was nothing else to do. So we just got into that and we literally do it like every weekend, including the AWF champ before he turned, got that Stonehenge get in his ear.
We can talk about that guy later. Levy Cruz, how about you? How is pandemic life? We almost called it lockdown life, but we're starting to be able to do a few more things in and around and outside and inside. How are things treating you?
It's been all right. Work. I got lucky and I was considered essential for the suit job. So I actually never really quit working and stuff like that. So I was good. But, I had to find the ways to fill the time with wrestling being gone. And I figured out what other way would fit NDS better than a little frothing action. You get the walks in. So that's good. You get to enjoy the nature and stuff. So
check out the scenery, bro.
Scenery. All right. So I don't know if wrestling fans here have gotten a chance to have sort of the deep dive about you two individually. Understand you both broke in with the Academy School of Pro Wrestling. How long ago is that now that you both have been in the sport?
Well, I was in the first class. So 2017, I had my first match after starting training in 2016. So about, what would that be, like 4 years now?
Yeah.
Like about 4 years.
I started back in 2017. I believe I was in the third or fourth class. My memory isn't the best, so don't quote me. But yeah, I was in 2017, and so I've been working just a little under 4 years, about 3 years. Sorry. But man, how we all got started, I'd say our tag team officially started while we were overseas and doing our United Kingdom stuff, and we're on the island of White, and certain things happened.
We decided we were really good. Like we're if I'll say myself, we're pretty good solo. Like by ourselves, we're pretty good. But then when when we're both in there together, we it was just like that, like instant chemistry. We got that chemistry. We travel together all the time. You know, we're cousins. So it was really like, why not, bro?
Yeah, and that was the other crazy thing too, is we didn't even know we were cousins until probably a year in. So
Well,
we
this
kind
is
of
news
figured
to
that
me
out.
too. So like first cousins, second cousins, once
Oh.
removed. What are we talking here?
Long cousins.
I don't even know how all that stuff works for one DJ. I don't know if anybody knows how that works. So that was
I
kind of an
demand you
unfair
pull out
question.
a Sharpie and some paper and draw a family tree right
right
here.
up our work.
I'll get on that.
Our grandma's grandfathers are the same or something like that. So it's quite a distance, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. So you mentioned how you two became a team over in Europe. I'm really kind of curious to learn more about that experience from both of you. So you're both at the time not all that experienced in pro wrestling. How did it come to be where you would get on a plane and go across the pond to show your stuff over there? And where are some spots that you wrestled?
Actually, we got involved with it because our trainer Ken Anderson kind of put our names out there, and the Knight family said we'll take a couple people over there from your class, and we're the ones that got picked, and we went over there, and I'd say their training style and the way they work and everything like that's a lot more technical based. It's not all high spots and stuff like that. It's more a very technical match throughout the whole thing. So that was cool to learn that and see that side of things and get to know that early in my career as well.
Was this
And then,
Britain, or where are we talking here?
Ooh, the WAW is based out of Norwich.
It's based out of Norwich in Norfolk.
Excellent. And what was that experience like for both of you, either culturally? You mentioned how the ring style is a little bit different. Talk about some of that experience that you had over there.
Man, it was not only just like obviously like going to a new country is crazy and seeing all the different things you can see, and then but the people themselves, like they all welcomed us. We weren't sure what we'd expect, but they all welcomed us, and we got to wrestle. We had 2 days off. We had Mondays and Fridays off, and then the rest we were traveling and wrestling everywhere. So we really got to travel across the entire country, really. And yeah, it was just, you know, getting to wrestle like what they call them camp shows, where it's more like a not a wrestling fan, and you learn how to work that type of match instead, and it's just a great experience overall.
So I was going to ask, how are the fans different over there than they are here in the States?
Well, in the camp shows, like you were saying, there are a lot of kid-based there's camp shows. There's a lot of kids at the camp shows. It's kind of like just at a resort. It would be around here. But when you go like to their bigger shows that they would put on outside of the camps or actual main shows, they were very into it, and they were very how can you put it, like they knew, I don't want to say they knew what they were doing, or what they knew what they're watching. They knew
it was like they knew they're here to be entertained, you know.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, simple, very like simple shows, like because I think each show would only be like an hour maybe, because sometimes we'd even do multiple shows a day, so that's why they'd be short shows, like three matches per group. And there's like we had like 6 different groups out at one time, all based out of WAW at different locations on the same day. And so each group had like 6 people in them.
So you both were over in Europe, and you're both cousins. What was the spark that finally brought NDS together as a tag team that has had such longevity now here in the state of Minnesota?
Longevity.
Should we do like the full story or just the ring part?
How about
just
you give
probably
us
just the ring part.
You are comfortable sharing on this medium right here?
All right, so we just got paired a lot up over there. We just got
by accident, really.
Yeah.
Like we're so used to wrestling each other, and then we both, we're the Americans. We both came from America, and we both came together. So they threw us together a lot. We're like, hey man, we're really good at this. And then after the shows, we'd have a pretty good time, I'd say. So we're like, dude, we get to go out here, wrestle. We're good at it together. We have great chemistry. and we're just being us, and we can go out afterwards and have a good time. And that's basically, we're like, let's just always do this, bro.
Yeah, and then another thing too is we even when we were back in the States, him and I were traveling all over the place anyway. So we're together, so we might as well give people that option too. It's just another thing we could do. Throwing that out there and throwing ourselves out there more in another way. It's just kind of came out better way for us in the long run too.
And there's really, there's so many different singles wrestlers, especially in Minnesota. There wasn't much tag teams, really. There was Top Flight, and that's really it. And we're like, man, and they were a huge factor in, helping us be a tag team. They helped us a lot. So that was really like, dude, we want to compete with them. We want to be a tag team. We want to put tag team wrestling on the map, really, here in Minnesota and outside of Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. Not even in Minnesota too, like you're saying. Like I feel like a lot of promotions out there don't even have a good tag team division.
Yeah,
right. We can really contribute that, really make their company a good tag team division.
Right, bro. There's a lot of places that don't have tag belts. Right, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know of any of those.
Yeah, I bet not, DJ. Really, I can't think of any either.
Struggle. So, what's your philosophy as a tag team? You mentioned both being singles competitors when you started, and we've had ebbs and flows over the years with tag teams, both nationally and internationally. You look back at some of those teams that were almost more like individuals, like their own personalities, and you got cohesive units like you two are developing. What's your mindset here as you both get in the ring each time together as a team?
Mine personally, I feel like him and I we're a lot alike in general, so we're really easy to mesh together with. And it's another thing that I've realized too is there's not a lot of like you're saying, it's a very single people when there's a tag team. Like everyone's still in a singles match, and we just try to
keep it as a, like, we are a tag team. Like if we're gonna do something, we're gonna try to do it together. We're always, we try to always be on the same page. Lots of times we know what the other's thinking before they even do it. We got synthetic minds like that.
Same, especially like when we're in the ring and we got to communicate with each other. All it does is we take a look at each other and like, okay, and this is what we need to do, and this is where we need to go. So that's always good.
And then like even outside of the ring, we like bright lights and late nights. We like to have fun. And why not have fun, win championships, make some money, go to a lot of parties after COVID, of course. But follow the yellow brick road, of course. If it's gonna make a good story, why not?
It always makes a good story, bro.
I was gonna say over in Europe, were you more over in the ring, or you were more over at the evening time after the ring?
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, DJ. So we're gonna move on from that question.
Hey, DJ, you always know wrestling's always number one for us, and the bright lights are always number two, baby.
Of course. Well, the bright lights include the wrestling, really, because the lights are always on us, bro. But
yeah, but I wasn't trying to like put that.
That's
out
true.
there.
That's true. My bad.
It's all good, homie. It's all good.
Beautifully just back into the conversation of wrestling just effortlessly. It's so great to witness. So you had some singles time, you became the tag team, you both invested in that gear to build that brand, but recently you both jumped back into singles competition a bit here as of late, challenging JDX when he still had that title in that 5-way. What was the determination that you two could put your toes back in that water, not only just to wrestle as singles competitors, but to even go against one another in an every man for himself type setting?
To prove that tag team wrestling is more than just guys that, the common, common thing that people like to think, like, oh, they're not tag team because they can't go with the singles wrestlers or stuff like that. We want to prove that we can compete with the singles wrestlers. The best, I'd say, JDX, Kyle Pro, obviously, Brandon Gore, Levy Cruz, and myself. I'd like to say we're the top people in AWF, and if we can't compete with them, then what are we even doing? So that's personally why I joined it. and we didn't have tag team championships to compete for, and I wanted a championship.
Yeah, and like Rylie was saying, we're all about the gold, baby. We all like the championships, and we knew that we were great single competitors as well, and we knew we could get out there, and we knew we could take everyone on and show ourselves in any way that we needed to. And
at the end of the day, if we do have to, if it were to go down and we had to go against each other, at the end of the day, we know we're still going to be good because it's just we're wrestling each other because we have a common interest, that championship. So that's all it was.
And then after the show, we'll go, cheers, baby. That's about it.
Sir.
Now, if it came to be where you two were both just one-on-one competing for a title potentially, do you really think that you could just move on with no hard feelings here? I mean, you both even refer to yourselves as frat boys. Rylie, I know you got a little ego on you. Would you be able to be cool with Levy Cruz if he were AWF heavyweight champion and you weren't?
Of course I would, because he's family. Like we said, we got to declare he's family. So of course I'd be happy for him, and I want him to succeed, just like he'd want me to succeed. And if I were to win it, he'd want me to have it. So I think we're on the same page on that one. Of course I'd be okay with it.
Levy, is that the same case had the roles be reversed?
Yeah, of course it would be. It's not just tag team. Him being my tag team partner isn't just about us taking on tag teams either. It's you have to support your partner and the tag team partner in any way that is, and you have to be by them. So if he goes on a little single run and he ends up getting a world heavyweight championship, then I'll so gladly sit by his side and support him and help him hold on to it.
I was going to ask, speaking of that AWF heavyweight championship, circling back to Kyle Pro, our champion, also a graduate alumnus of the Academy School of Professional Wrestling, as the both of you are. I don't know who wants to take this one first. Speak a little bit about the transformation we've seen in his attitude and what he has been bringing to the table lately that has got him this far to obtain championship gold.
So I wish I knew what this new Kyle, so I've always known, we have always known that Kyle Pro is he's very underrated. I think he's very underrated. He can go with anybody, and I know that. And I think Stonehenge has really got it. I don't know what Stonehenge is telling him, because he changed. He's not the same Kyle Pro that would hang out with us, froth with us, drink, have fun with us. And really, he's really changed. I don't even know how to describe it.
And me knowing him back when we were Wolf and stuff like that, it's just hard for me to see him like that, because he was a good buddy of ours at one point. And now he's gone down a little bit lower. I don't want to say the wrong path, but his attitude's changed towards everything. And I just feel like Stonehenge has been getting in his ear a little bit, but I don't want to disagree with take away from any of the success that he's been having either, because
of course, we're happy for him, but I wish he wouldn't change of who he is as a person. I don't know if it's Stonehenge or all the championship woohoo or whatever it is, but he's got to come back to the real Kyle, the Kyle Pro that we know, that was once he was a part of NDS, but he's really grown away from that. He
was a part of NDS.
I mean, NDS worldwide, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had his little secret ceremony.
Yeah, he was in NDS worldwide. We are NDS, but there's NDS worldwide that goes from England, New Zealand, Mexico, and then Kyle Pro. So NDS worldwide. Well, not so much Kyle Pro anymore, but NDS worldwide is worldwide. And then NDS is NDS.
We even let him take part in our safety meeting. DJ.
He does. He goes into safety meetings.
Safety meetings.
Yeah.
We all got to have our safety meetings once in a while.
Well, we recently saw on the AWF on 45 TV, it was almost an olive branch that P.D. Brown was extending to Kyle Pro, saying that he wouldn't even mind joining up with Kyle Pro yet again, but Stonehenge, that equation just in the corner there, just is not something that Kyle wants to for whatever reason, even now that he's got this championship, I don't know why he even needs Stonehenge. Personally, that's my thought at this stage of the game. But what do you think it would take for either of you to maybe get Kyle Pro to reconsider the path that he has taken recently here in the AWF?
Us to get a chance to have a safety meeting with him, or us to be able to talk to him without Stonehenge by his side. But it seems you can never get that nowadays.
That's what I was about to say, man. I was going to say maybe he just needs another night out with NDS and you'll bring him back out to his normal self. But Stonehenge is always right there, out right next to him. So it's kind of hard to get a chat in and a word in with him. So.
And he was going to get to that championship either way. But the fact that Stonehenge just happened to be there when he did it, now he thinks that Stonehenge is good for him, but he's not. And that's what we want to get across to him. But it seems like he won't hear it. Stonehenge won't let him hear it.
It's really quite a remarkable display of resiliency and dedication that he has had over his whole career to not just even achieve championship gold, but to even have matches in pro wrestling. He has just shown that he could be, if he wanted to be, such an example for wrestling fans and those aspiring to be wrestlers to see him go down this path. To be honest, I'd rather see him hanging out with you two fellas and having a good time with the fans.
Exactly, and that's what we want. We want Kyle Pro back.
But be that as it may, the program seems to be controlling things right now entirely. How do you think that you two could be able to overcome these challenges?
Give us a match. Just give us a match. We can beat them.
Well, in fairness, you had that 5-way, and things didn't quite.
That wasn't a tag match. We didn't get pinned. We didn't get pinned, so that's not on us. We didn't get pinned.
He does have a point. It wasn't us that got pinned.
Give us a match with them. They're not even a real tag team. We're an actual tag team. Stonehenge is just a little bird that likes to chirp in his ear. Give us a match. Kyle can go with us, but Stonehenge can't compete, and they're not an actual tag team.
Well,
I don't even know if Kyle can beat us right now. We are kind of on a roll.
I mean, I don't think much people can beat us, but
that is true.
All right, so we put it out here for questions on social media for both of you, and first question comes to us on Instagram from an up-and-coming tag team here in the AWF Northern Force. Paul and Vernon Reed, a couple of up-and-comers. Why are they dodging us? Asks Northern Force.
Who's dodging who? We're dodging them? The team that's had one match? The team that's had, they had 1 or 2 matches now? Can you, DJ, you know the
might be
stats?
2. I don't have
2
the
matches.
Stats handy.
Okay. So how about you guys double that, and then maybe you guys can get like a pre-show on a show that NDS is on, and then maybe you can get a match with NDS, right?
All I'm gonna say is whenever they want to go, I'll go. I'll take them on, and I'll get Rylie to be there with us, and it won't be on a pre-show.
Well, yeah, of course not.
I've given my thoughts on pre-show matches as a concept in and of itself, and we don't need to go there here. Question here on Facebook, and you had alluded to the concept of NDS worldwide a little bit ago here. Question here, who is your favorite member of NDS worldwide, and why is it Mitchell Starr? Anything you want to share about this fella to the fans here with the AWF who may not be familiar?
That's our favorite.
We miss you, Mitchell Starr. We miss the summer of mischief.
Yes, that is our brother that is across seas, and he's every time we're over in the UK, he always helps us out with anything we need. Anything we need. And he was really one of the first people that we met over there too. Really like the first person that we could trust too over there,
on the shows, yeah.
Knew that they got our backs and everything like that. So definitely one of my favorite persons in NDS worldwide. That's just
how many people are in NDS worldwide, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, you're gonna have to make me count right now.
We got Niwa, Paul, Jorge,
We'll sum it up to about 10.
Yeah.
All right. Any chance of them coming to the States to compete?
I hope so.
Yeah, actually, Mitchell Starr was going to come over here last May.
In May.
COVID happened and he had to stop.
Next month, bro.
But hopefully he's going to be able to come out here and wrestle out here in 2022. I'd hope so, at least. But Carlos is
such a
Carlos
bummer.
is up here.
Yeah, I know he was supposed to be up here next month, and so that really sucks.
But yeah, hopefully they're able to come out here in 2022.
We can only hope so. Next question here comes from Twitter. At J Frostyo, calls himself the original millennial. Asks, as two up-and-coming wrestlers, where would you like to see yourselves in, say, 5 years? And who do you think has the biggest mouth or mouths in the Midwest and can't back them up?
Can't back them up.
Can't back them up.
Well, in 5 years, I would like to be signed somewhere. I think I'd like NDS to be signed at a major company.
Yep, exactly the same thoughts for me. It doesn't. I mean, it could be AEW, it could be WWE, it could be Impact,
Ring of Honor,
anything. Just we would like to be
anywhere.
signed in 5 years. And who has the biggest mouth and can't back it up in the Midwest? I would have to say Stonehenge.
Stonehenge, yeah, that's true. That's true. Northern Forest, but we already talked about that.
Yeah, I don't really want to keep talking about them because at this point it's just kind of wasting my time.
Yeah, that's just a short list of folks right there.
Yeah, but the only reason why I say Stonehenge is because I'm not a big fan of the program.
That's true.
Well,
the pro is cool.
How many fans the program has? I saw they made T-shirts, and I can't imagine people exactly spending their hard-earned money to buy them. But
no, I'd just rather buy a Kyle Pro shirt.
Me too. I have a Kyle Pro shirt. I could put it on, DJ.
I have two, actually.
Yeah.
So we had a question on Instagram, one on Facebook, one on Twitter. Unfortunately, we can't hit for the cycle. We did not get one from MySpace, so we're just going to have to move on
what
here.
The hell is MySpace?
I was like
kids these days.
Isn't that like shut down?
Yeah, it is, and I'm just realizing how old I actually am when I'm talking to people who I legitimately,
it's okay,
Rylie,
Deej.
You may not legitimately know what that is. Am I right?
No, I do. I used to have MySpace.
I know what MySpace is.
Okay, just checking, because generational gaps can be very, very vast when it comes to technology. So
you're not wrong there.
Yeah.
Do you even remember what a floppy disk is? Can I tell you that?
I thought we were keeping this PG.
Yeah.
Let's move on here.
Your
your favorite tag team from each of you.
I'm sorry.
To watch your favorite tag team to watch either growing up or recently or both, maybe. Other than NDS, of course.
Growing up.
Well, I like the Rockers because anything Shawn Michaels, because Shawn Michaels made me want to wrestle. So I like the Rockers, and then I really liked the Revival or FTR, and then of course those two right there, guys, that I'll try to look up some of their old matches or try to find it on the network, or their stuff on AEW now.
I would have to go with this. Might be surprising to you guys, but one of my favorite tag teams to watch when I was growing up was DX. I mean, it's kind of
of course, yeah.
But other than that, I'd say I really liked the Hardy Boys. They're really cool. Or Chris Jericho and Edge. Not Chris Jericho. What am I thinking? Edge and
Christian.
Thank you, bro.
All Canadians are the same.
That entire era of tag teams, bro.
Yes, exactly. And if I had to give you one of today's date, man, dude, I'm gonna go with Top Flight, to be honest.
Well, yeah.
But
I was trying to give answers other than Top Flight because we already talked about them, bro. I was trying to give answers other than them.
Yeah, but I just had to do it, man. I'm sorry. They're my favorite right now.
Yeah.
That's remarkable to see what those two have been able to pull together in just a short period of time here, and shows what's potentially on the horizon for a couple folks like you. What do you think it's going to take to get that to that next level for NDS?
Just gotta keep on the grind. Just gotta keep getting noticed. Keep going to these new places. Keep trying to get seen. Keep getting footage out there. Reaching out to new people. Meeting new people. Going out of our way to, help out at shows. Stuff like that.
Be on a pre-show.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And really, realistically, I think we just really need to get our networking up and just get our known name out there, more out there. And we've only really been tagging for non-COVID times, really, and just when stuff comes up. So, I mean, for how short of a time.
Non-COVID times, we've had 2 tag matches, bro. So now we're just,
But I'm like, with what we got coming up and all the states we're going to be hitting here shortly. I mean, we've been able to do a lot of stuff in a short amount of time, so we're doing pretty well. And
I understand you two have WrestleMania area plans. Any other places that you're going? You mentioned some other states.
Yeah, we're going to Texas the week after we come back from Tampa Bay, and then we're going to Seattle in June.
We got Seattle in June.
Possibly Texas again in May. And we know across the border in Wisconsin a few times this coming month too. So. Yeah, a couple places are going in different states there. So hopefully we'll be hitting a couple of different other ones too that we're in talks with. So
right. And hopefully once, things start getting better and the world opens up more, we can keep adding on to those, to more places.
Well, as much as we love having you here in the AWF, we know that ambitions are there, and we can tell how hungry that each of you two are. Certainly.
Well, maybe if AWF had tag championships, it'd be more intriguing.
Yeah, I definitely
actually, I had that down as a question here on my list. We've had tournaments before. We even have had a tournament final to determine AWF tag team champions. What do you think it's going to take for Tony DiNucci to actually get us some belts that you can compete for?
I got it, bro. I got this one.
What's the solution?
All Tony needs to do is he just has to come watch NDS and he'll get them, man. He really has not seen us.
Just watch a match. Throw on the film.
And he'll get them, man.
Or have a safety meeting.
Yes.
That might work too. That could probably work.
We are pretty convincing when people do
safety. We are pretty convincing in our safety meetings.
And people do say we're pretty entertaining, so I don't know why you wouldn't get tag team belts.
Exactly.
Like my experience, Tony DiNucci can be either the easiest to convince person or the absolute hardest to convince person. There's really not a lot of in between, depending on what day of the week it is with him. So
we could just start a petition. We could just start a petition to have all the other guys sign, say get tag belts, crown NDS tag champs. We could just do that, bro. Yeah. We could just start our own petition and just go around the locker room.
Change.org could potentially be a
right
for you.
Right.
We can start our own GoFundMe tag team belt page, dude.
Four tag belts for NDS.
Yes.
That's what it is. The GoFundMe to get us some damn tag team belts.
Yes, that will convince Tony.
Oh,
that
man.
Probably would convince him.
I know it would.
Another question here. This one comes to us from DJ and Hugo, and it might illustrate a generational gap as well. Did either one of you have DARE curriculum in school growing up?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah, drugs are really entertaining.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's what it was. That's what it was supposed to teach us, right?
That's what I got out of it.
Yeah. They're really just teaching us on what was going to be happening in a few years. So, okay.
But seriously, stay in school, kids.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
Yeah. Until after school, but not
during school.
Yeah.
Can't wait for you two to get on the mic when we get back to one of our high school events.
DJ, am I gonna have mic privileges here?
Yes, we do, bro. Who else? We're pretty.
Yes.
Come on, bro.
Yes.
So I don't think we've ever actually heard on an AWF telecast what NDS stands for, and I don't know if that's something you actually wanted to.
That was a very EDS question, DJ.
All these acronyms,
which is the opposite of NDS, and just the fact that you have to ask that means you don't even get to know what NDS stands for on this dialogue, DJ.
But he's also drinking a beer at the same time, bro.
That is true. So that's like you're trying to be NDS, but you're not really. So you're NDS.
No,
you're
SDS.
NDS.
SDS.
SDS.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I take it we're just going to let people try to read between the lines here and draw their own conclusions. Yeah. Is that fair?
Yeah. And you want to do PG, so.
Yeah. And it's like a if you know type thing, you know, like we know, of course, and there's, you know, NDS Worldwide knows, but
so is
DJ doesn't.
So is it an NDS inside joke or a lifestyle?
It's not a joke. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
That we live every single day.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Shut up, Alexa.
Is your Alexa telling on you?
Yeah.
All right, Rylie, you had mentioned wanting to get signed, of course, a goal that I think every wrestler has. And I know, Levy, we've already seen you appear on a national televised basis with 205 Live when I think you were in at that point a year, maybe? Is that right? How did you get hooked up with that? And what was the experience wrestling on a WWE program like for you?
It was great, especially so young in my career like that. If I remember correctly, it was only my 12th match ever. So, I mean, something to be on that big of a stage.
Match?
12th match ever. I wasn't even graduated from the academy yet either. Yeah. But it was very cool because my trainer Ken knew that I could be in that position and I was able to handle something like that. So he put my name in for WWE when they came around, and I was not gonna lie, I was just kind of the luck of the draw, and I was kind of the shortest guy and the guy around, so they just ended up picking me to have at the time Hideo Itami beat me up Kenta now, but it was very big blessing in my young career, and it really taught me a lot on just how slow you really need to take things, and you don't need to rush everything, and you just need to take your time and make sure you're showing every fan on everything you're doing, and how much communication is just really in the ring between everybody, not even just a wrestler themselves. It's just everybody communicating to the fans, even stuff like that and stuff like so. It was a very good blessing that I will never forget about. And then I had my youngest nephew who was in the crowd too, and then his age is just around the perfect type of age for wrestling, so that just made it all the better. So it was really fun, really good.
What's the day like? Rylie, I believe you've been at TV before too, right?
Yeah, I was there that day.
How's the day like for you two when you arrived throughout the day?
Stressful.
Just if you want to give the fans a little peek behind the curtain there, that might find some value in that.
Stressful. It's stressful going into it. Just, you don't want to step on toes. You don't want to screw up, say the wrong thing. It's just a lot of we had a tryout match on the Tuesday, and then the Monday was just we got there, sorted through all our paperwork, and then they went down the rundown of the car, what's going on, and gave us the that's when we had No Way Jose conga line that time.
We're in a conga line, bro. That was fun.
Yeah. We all got through the conga line, and that was really fun. And then Tuesday,
and it fell off,
I had a unicorn outfit.
I know you did. You were popping out that day.
I had a unicorn outfit. And then Tuesday was the tryout day. Not really. We worked matches in front of some of the agents, and then that's when they started looking for the 205 guy, and then Levy got that, and then we sat in catering.
Mm-hmm. And I wasn't even the original one that was picked for it. Someone else was, but then something happened, and he wasn't able to do it. So I was just about to scarf down on some food too, and I didn't get to happen. So I'm just kind of bummed about that because I like food. But hey,
the
okay.
catering as good as the legend says it is?
What's that?
Legend says that catering and backstage at WWE is just the bomb. Is that true, or is that overstated?
Yes.
It's very phenomenal.
Yes.
Very phenomenal.
I didn't get put on the show, and I was okay with it because there was a lot of really good things out of me.
Right, so we just need to get Tony DiNucci to get us tag belts and
the catering game,
and
yes,
we're all set.
Yes, I would really appreciate both of those things.
All right,
I think we all would.
We're about getting ready to wrap things up here. Any closing comments from the two of you, or where can folks stay in touch with you on social media? And if you have any merchandise available for sale that the wrestling fans may be interested in purchasing, how might they do so?
You want to take a couple and I'll take a couple?
Yeah. We got social media. We got Instagram and Facebook at NDS Worldwide, spelled how it sounds. And we don't have any merch online. We have it available at shows for when shows happen. We have 8x10s, and we have some really cool t-shirts that I'm gonna go get right now so I can show you.
All right.
Yes. And then I don't really have any closing comments. He just kind of took all mine.
As we wait patiently for.
We are working on getting the pro wrestling tees so people can buy them online too. So stick around, and we'll let you guys know on our Facebook and social media when we do that.
And we got some beautiful t-shirts that will be available when we do that. The very first NDS t-shirts being available for the very first time on DJ's Dialogues.
The Draper Dialogues here, as you are consistent with your branding. How about you let me be consistent in building my own after 1 year here doing this project? Would be appreciated.
First unveiled on the Draper Dialogues, the first ever NDS t-shirt.
There we go.
There you go, buddy.
Been a pleasure having you both on. Want to wish you both the best of luck here, not just in the AWF, but we know that both of you have the talent and the drive to take what you're going to take here. I think is going to be the path forward for both of you, and the sky is certainly the limit. You can only go higher and higher. Am I right?
Yeah, you know what?
Yes, sir. You know that, DJ.
All right, thanks.
Thank
DJ.
you very much
Rylie,
for
Levy,
having
it's
us,
been a
DJ.
pleasure. Take care.
We'll be back on it soon.
And that is our interview with NDS, Rylie Jackson and Levy Cruz. Want to thank them for joining us. We want to thank you for being with us here on the Dialogues. Be sure to check out the AWF 45 TV Saturdays at noon. Be sure to stay in touch with us right here on the Facebook page. And be sure to check our YouTube page periodically for bonus content featuring the superstars of the AWF. And again, don't have anything to announce right here today, but coming at you soon, it's going to be live AWF events in front of wrestling fans. We're going to beat this thing. We're going to defeat this pandemic, get that 1, 2, 3, and be bringing you back the action of the AWF. Thanks for joining us. Catch you next time here on the Draper Dialogue.